go here. 2 cacophonies and oh, he scoops. What is he doing? What is he doing? What's up, YouTube? This is Numbskull reporting to you live from the arena. Today, we have a really cool deck for Best of 1 in Alchemy. It is a 60 card deck, and we are going to play a bunch of dragons, and we're going to take some extra turns, and we're going to see if we can win some games and climb up in the Mythic queue. So this is the deck that I used to get into Mythic. My buddy Avery helped me out while we were streaming, or while I was streaming. He's one of my subscribers, so real cool dude. He helped me, he just gave me some advice on some of the cards. We kind of, tested stuff out. So I called it Avery's Dragons. In my Aether Hub, you'll see it's called Mono Red, or yeah, it's Alchemy Red Dragon Turns or something like that. But the Aether Hub link will be in the description for this video. The point here is just get as much value as you can out of your dragons. You have a few man lands with Den of the Bugbear, and we're just going to play as many dragons as we can. We're going to take out some of their lands, and we're going to clear out their small creatures so the dragons can do their thing. So the first thing we have here is 3 Dragonfire in the deck. We can do as much as actually up to about 8 damage with Dragonfire because of other spells in the deck that we'll get to later. We do have the Fearsome Whelp, and this is what the whole deck is centered around, essentially. It's a 1/1 flyer for 2, and at the beginning of our end step, each dragon card, not a dragon card, each dragon card in our hand perpetually gains the spell cost 1 less to cast. Something to remember about Perpetual is that even if the card gets bounced back to your hand, the however many less to cast it costs, that stays. So that's very important to remember that when you're playing control decks and Izzet and going up against Fading Hope, Divide by 0, whatever it may be. So the next one we have is Magda, Brazen Outlaw. It's a 3-of because it's a legendary. This is going to give us tokens. It just helps with the early ramp. Maybe you don't get the Fearsome Whelp in your starting hand, but if you get Magda, you're not forced to mulligan that way. So you get a little bit more benefit out of it. We're not worried about the other dwarves getting a boost. We really just need the treasure token. And if we get enough treasure tokens, which I usually don't have enough treasure tokens with her because she gets dealt with pretty quick. But if you can even make 1 token with Magda, you got your value. So then we have Orb of Dragon Kind. This one is going to be a 2-drop artifact for 2. We can pay 1 and add 2 mana in any combination of colors, and we spend it to cast dragon spells or activate their abilities. So this is useful. It's just more ramp. So this is all pretty much just ramp in these 3 cards right here. Obviously, Dragonfire is removal. We can also sacrifice this by paying 1 red and tapping it. We can look at the top 7 cards of our library and tutor out a dragon. This is helpful late game, or if you need an extra one and you have enough mana out, you just want to get stronger board presence, and you don't necessarily need the ability from the mana boost because you have 5 or 6 lands out and you have your gold span out. You don't really need the dragon, the orb out right now. So just go find another dragon. You know what I mean? When you're done with it, just sack it and get more creatures out. Next we have another alchemy card that is pretty cool, Conductive Current. Let me move myself over a little bit more for you guys so my face isn't in the way. There we go. So we have Conductive Current, and this one's cool. It does 3 damage to each creature. You'll notice that pretty much all of our bulky dragons have 4 toughness or greater, so they're okay. They're not killed by this. And then we get to choose an instant or sorcery in our hand. And it perpetually gains if the spell would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player. It deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So this is where we get our Dragon's Fire to do an extra 2 damage. If we reveal the Inferno, now it's dealing 8 damage instead of 3. Reveal Goldspan, it deals 6. And just up from there, or if you can't reveal anything, you can still get 5 damage for 2 mana, which is pretty solid. And 5 damage takes out the majority of creatures that would threaten you in the current meta, especially in Alchemy. I'm going to do this one last out of the 3 drops. We're going to go to Brittle Blast next, which is another Alchemy card. Creatures and planeswalkers your opponents control perpetually gain. If this permanent would die, exile it instead. Brittle Blast deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So hitting planeswalkers, super clutch. Right now, you're going to see a lot of Teferi in the Azorius decks in Alchemy. And even when Teferi does the +1, he'll be at 5 loyalty because he comes out with 4. So basically, you wait till your next turn, or if you have 3 open mana, you're taking out Teferi as soon as they play it. And they only get to use Teferi's ability once. So that's super helpful. Then we do have our Alchemist Gambit. This is where we take extra turns. Use this card at your own risk. Feel free to try this at home, but at your own risk. 3 mana. If you want to do it for 3, you better win the game next turn or you're going to lose. If you have a Goldspan out and you have 5 available lands and a token from Goldspan, you can cast it for the cleave cost. Doing that is the ideal situation for us, but sometimes all you have is 3, and if you do the math and they're all tapped out, you can do it for 3 and take the risk, but just do the math right, and that's how you'll figure out if you're going to win. So that's good here. This is something that you do, with red. A lot of it is just guns blazing. You just go in, you go in. That's math is for blockers, whatever. You think that you don't need. People think that you're just gonna go all out and know that you're gonna die next turn, so that's why you don't care if you just swing with everything and it's whatever. But then magically you have 1 mountain up, and then you have a token from Goldspan, and then you cast this, and they're like, oh, well, now I lose. So this is something that's an element of surprise in this deck. And I think this is what really takes it over the top and gives you that win con if your dragons are not enough. So this is a super useful card. If you want to bump it up to 4 of them, that's fine. But realistically, I mean, I've had to use it twice in a game to win. But most times, if you can get this casted once, that's going to push you over the top and give you the edge over your opponent. Next, we have Town Razor Tyrant. 4/4 flyer for 4. When it enters the battlefield, target land you don't control loses all abilities except mana abilities and gains at the beginning of your upkeep. This permanent deals 2 damage to you unless you sacrifice it. So we're going to hit their, Den of the Bugbear. We're going to hit their Hive of the Eye Tyrant, their Faceless Havens, the Hydras, maybe their dual colored lands, whatever. If you're playing a deck that has 2 colors and they're struggling to get lands out in 1 color, obviously you target the color that they have less of, just to put pressure on them. And, if they're going to allow it to happen and, not sacrifice a land, you're going to poke them for 2 damage on each of their upkeeps. And, that just gets you that much closer to winning. And maybe you hit them with the Gambit and they didn't know that you were going to do that. And they actually took that 2 damage when they shouldn't have. So this is just another way that you can make that surprise that much more surprising, so to speak. We do have the Moonveil Regent. It's a 4/4 for 4 flyer. Whenever you cast a spell, you may discard your hand if you do draw a card for each of that spell's colors. Obviously, we're not running multiple colors here, so we're not going to draw that many cards. But when your hand is empty and you cast a spell, because, you cast a spell that made your hand empty, you can take action still, and you can draw a card with an empty hand. So that's helpful. She also can deal, or the Regent can also deal 1 damage essentially to the opponent. It would be more if we had more colors, but just running red here. So the reason I choose this over something like Manaform Hellkite or something else is that this spell can be as cheap as 1 mana with the WHELP, where the others would cost 2. So because of that and the card draw, and through a lot of testing, I chose Moonveil Regent instead. Next, we have Goldspan. This is the Alchemy version of Goldspan. It's the same Goldspan that you've all seen before, but if it is targeted by something, you do not get the token. That's where the nerf came in. Whatever. We deal with it. It's still a great card. It still has haste. We can make it as low as 2 mana. We still get double mana out of these tokens, and that's enough for us to do what we need to do. All right, so next we have Inferno of the Star Mounts. We have 3 of this. 6/6 for 6. Flying Haste cannot be countered. Something very important to remember. I feel like I forget that half the time in the game. Can still get hit by Fading Hope or Divide by 0, yes. Or unsummon. I think they're even using unsummon in Alchemy. That's a thing. But yeah, it's just, you know, it could be as cheap as 2 mana with the Whelp. You can pay 1 mountain to give it +1/+0. You can do it as many times as you have red mana. So that's where the gold span helps. The tokens from Magda, that helps too. I believe you can use the Orb of Dragon Kind to use that ability as well. So that's a thing. If we get that all the way up to 20, we're just hitting 20 damage to the opponent or any target. Probably the opponent, but any target. Just keep that in mind. So this is the deck here. Average mana cost of 3.3, but we do ramp up pretty nicely with our 2-drops. We wipe the board in the early game. We exile their creatures. We take extra turns. We play dragons for lower cost than they actually are. And we have Den of the Bugbear in case they do board wipes and we need to just, you know, clean them up and get them out of here with, you know, just a few more damage. So this is where we're at with this deck. We're going to do some gameplay, and then we will come back to finish up and kind of give our final thoughts on this deck. But this is the deck that I used to get into Mythic. So we will be playing this deck in the Mythic queue and trying to go up the number ranks. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll be back shortly to, you know, give you guys the final thoughts. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back soon. A Mind Amuck. All right, let's see what we're working with here. We got into the number ranks, so that's awesome. I would like this hand if there was like 1 dragon, but we don't have it, so much better. All right, so we have removal with this. We're going to ditch this. And we're on the play. I like that. Giants, of course. Hopefully they don't have a Fading Hope. No, they don't. Is that a turn 3 Tyrant if we get a land? Let's go. Nice lands, dude. Look good. I guess they discard the Dragonfire or the Orb. They discard the Orb. Okay. So, yeah, we actually just have to swing. Kind of stuck right now, but that's okay. These will both... well, this will go down to 2 next turn. That's fine. Losing the Orb kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. So they know that we have... Alright, well, whatever. Decline. Boom. Beautiful. So we actually do this. We get a token from the gold span. And then drop the Town Razor on their only blue source and on the Hall because we don't want them using the Hall. Okay, we're in good shape. I wonder if they sack it. Nope, they take the damage. Okay. All right, 4 available mana for the opponent. Clone Crafter. What does this one do again? Creature card from your opponent's library. I mean, whatever. I'm not really worried about that. And honestly, we'll end the turn. Honestly, I'm like, I think whatever they might have, that even if they play one of our creatures, as long as it's not the 6/6, we have the Brittle Blast. So I think we're okay. They have the Moon Veil, sure. And then we have removal for that. And opponent scoops. Good game. Go up a little over 100. I'll take it. I'll take it. It took so long to start that game, that last one, that I just thought it was going to be a draw, so I never hit record. And, yep, that's what happened. That's okay. Life goes on. We are on the play, so this is good. Spot removal if we need it. Okay, here is Magda. Decent. We could go into... Yeah. I'm liking the land draw. Alright, let's go for the Tyrant. See if they have Jawari. No Jawari, no Jawari. Damn. There it is. It's okay. Let's just try a Moonveil Regent straight up. Another Jawari. Alright, it's fine. Just make him use them all. It's fine. Okay, 4th land for the opponent. Geist Chandler, sure. Okay. So we're gonna go for the Regent, see what they do. Okay, Regent hits. I'm gonna drop here. Yeah, we know Magda's gonna die. That's okay. It's fine. Next. I'm not worried about this creature. Magda did its job. Now we're going here. Decline. And this perpetually costs less now. Get a land next turn and we're hitting for, what is that, 11? And there's Lear. Okay. Well, that's actually really good for us. I know that we want to hit for 11 here. Well, I don't know. We're going to play it safe. Choose a dragon you control. Target here, obviously. Here. This. Decline. Okay. And we will swing for 5. They might have another layer in their hand, too. Who knows? But at least we, like, now we know we have lethal next turn. Yep, okay. So now they need a Fading Hope. Decline. I don't think they have it. Yep. Good game. That was a quick one. They had another layer, but didn't quite matter. Up against Zixera. Zizera. I don't know. I don't know how you want me to say it. Yeah, it's a little better. It's not really that much better, but maybe we get a whelp. We're at least getting a good bit of land, so that's nice. Acquisitions expert. Honestly, you can look at that. Got a discard deck. So if that's the case, then we hopefully can get all this figured out before they play like Turgid or something. You know what I mean? Deadly Dispute. Okay. Looking for cards and whatnot. And they play the land. And then they duress us. And it doesn't hit anything. But we already played that. Okay, let's go. We're going to save that for next turn. They know that a Goldspan's coming. They probably have removal too. We'll see. Discards 2 cards. Alrighty then. Oh boy. I hate that we're doing that, but whatever. Alright. We won't have a hand after this. But we do have 4 lands, so that's nice. Okay. Having 1 more mana would be nice so that we could like cast. Well, I don't know if they're even going to play a creature, but this would take out a Turgid, so that's pretty cool. Oh, that's something to worry about. Discards a non-land card. Okay, and they discard Path of Peril. Okay, and that has Death Touch now, correct? What? So we swap. And then he makes me discard it. Oh, this is the mono black discard. Okay. This is something. We need to, like, get rid of this. The whelp is not good. Not what we're looking for here, Chief. Not it. I think that he... I don't know. I don't know if they block with it, to be honest. That's a decision for them, but I'm not going to be scared by it, honestly. Sick card, though. The Death Touch is rough. Okay. So we'll drop the Whelp. End the turn. And he just has another one? We discard that. Okay. Get another orb. Hold on. 3 mana. And I've like 2 or less. So that's a no from us. Look for a dragon. Please and thank you. Yeah, we got to go for the Tyrant, even though he probably has a discard spell. Whatever. Maybe we can, if we're lucky, we can just discard this. I don't know. We'll see how that works. Opponent's sitting on 3 lands, too, so that kind of helps us out a little bit. They could also cast this whenever they want, which that's pretty rough for us. Fellstinger. I don't think he exploits. Maybe he does. Oh, exploits the Fellstinger. Okay, got it. Got it. Sure. Okay. Good. Good. We'll put it on the Field of Ruin. No attacks. End the turn. They'll probably hit this for the 5 damage, and they'll probably take the 2 damage there. Yep. So they'll probably get rid of our Town Razor. They might... Yeah, I would if I were them. But they could get by without it, without doing that, though, because, I mean, once we swing, he has Death Touch, but... Yeah, they've got 2 of them so far, so... Very interesting deck with Gutmorn. I think when I made the mono black discard yesterday, that's what I was missing, to be honest. That's what I was missing there. Maybe now they deal the damage. Yeah, there you go. Nice. I was waiting for you. How many tokens can I get? That would be cool. True library for okay. Maybe I can get a bunch of tokens. Maybe I get like a Dragonfire, get rid of this guy. That would be great. Just need to draw something to get rid of this dude. I was 1 mana away from being there. Orb, yeah, I guess sure. Maybe we can get like a 4-drop. We'll see. Maybe a 5 even. Who knows? Hey, there it is. Let's go. So what we do now is we... Now maybe they have removal for this. We'll see. Maybe they wait, make us waste the tokens. Okay, that's fine. Cast the Gold Span, auto pay. I just want to play it before we discard it, you know? Or before they make us discard it. Now they're looking for stuff because they know their clock is ticking. They're taking damage with this. Six available. They could meat hook right here. That would be pretty wild. They'd gain 2 life. I wonder if this deck runs meat hook. I mean, or even Blood on the Snow. Get back another one of these guys. Or where this guy? Yeah, oh, they meat hook for 4. Okay. Nice. Let's top deck another gold. Oh, no, we do not get a gold span. Okay. Cast a spell. Short creatures. Yeah, that's pretty... It's not what we want, honestly. Now they sack it. Opponent has 4 mana. We have 6. Oh, they have 5 now. Acquisitions expert. Yeah, you can have it. You're welcome. I'm surprised it goes in our graveyard. Are they gonna exploit? Wow, they're looking for something. Make me lose a life. Yeah, whatever. We'll hold up the Dragonfire in case they play something spicy. Now I see what's going on here. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you're doing? Okay, so I'm going to respond to that now, right? I get to respond to that, right? Okay, thank you. Jeez. Come on, Inferno. Whelp is whatever. Inferno would be great. Inferno would be the best. Another dollhouse. They can do it for 1. I would probably do... Well, I don't know. The Gutborn doesn't really... Well, I mean, he allows a blocker with Death Touch. They really fortify themselves once they get out the dollhouse, honestly. Okay, and then are they going to exploit? I don't think they even choose to exploit. No blocks. If we get an Inferno, it's... Well, that's close. Having a Bugbear would be so nice right now. Does the creature gain haste? It does gain haste. It's pretty good. So they... Okay. Okay. Okay, so they need removal. And I think we actually need to block one. Oh, wow, they're doing it like that. Okay. Opponent goes down to 1. But they gained a life because we lost a creature. Okay. Sure. Well, this is really coming down to the end here. They could have made another creature though, couldn't they? And that would have had haste. I guess they didn't have any more creatures. Wow, so we're really gonna lose we're gonna be at 1. Hilarious. That was a good game. That's probably the best mono black deck I've faced in Alchemy, not gonna lie. Dollhouse is really good. Honestly, good job to the opponent. Going up against Tiberi, I don't know how to say that. I'm gonna say... I say we keep it. Well... I don't know, because these are 5 and 6 cost. That's the high end of our... If one of them was a 4 drop, I'd probably say we keep it, but not having a 4 drop, I don't think we can keep that one. Hey, Jay coming through with the raid. Thanks, Jay. Welcome back, Raven. We are filming for some gameplay for YouTube right now. Trying to... I don't know what this opponent's doing, but it's like we're getting roped from from the frickin'... Let me give a shout out to Jay here, guys. Any of my guys who are already here in the stream, go give Jay a follow. He's a really cool guy. Lots of fun to watch. Kami, thank you for the follow. Kami the Kami, love that name. Super legit. Are they roping us on the fucking draw, man? Okay, we're gonna mulligan. Hey, Flyman, thank you for the follow. Did I say that right? Flyman? feel like I can't see the I's and the L's right now. Maybe I need glasses soon. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna ditch Brittle Blast because if you get the Gambit in your hand, you gotta keep it. Awesome. Well, welcome to the chat, guys. Thank you for the follows. That's very much appreciated, and of course, thank you to Jay for the raid. What's up, Doctor Dong? Doctor Don G, my guy. What's up, dude? Flies the insect. Okay, got you. Did they just like foretell 2 Doom Scars right now? The Doom Skizzies. We're getting Azorius. Well, this could be Esper. We'll see. Okay. A land would be nice. And then we can do the Tyrant. We're running chat, we're running mono red. Just testing it out in Mythic. Well, I mean, it got us to Mythic, but we're gonna keep going and see if we can, get into the numbers. We were in earlier, but I think some more people got to Mythic tonight, and it switched it around a bit. All right, so I think we I don't know. I think we put it on their only white source. Okay. Another white source for the opponent. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, and we got it with this deck. That's what I was most proud of. You know what I mean? The Doom Scar. Well, they're not going to like this. You got another Doom Scar? You're going to need it. You're going to need it, bro. We will... Yeah, we'll wait to do this. Yeah. I want them to play something that takes up, like, pretty much all their mana. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was really, really happy. Really happy that we made it with mono red. We didn't use a deck that we found on the internet, which, nothing wrong with it. I just feel more accomplished by using a homebrew. You know what I mean? Okay, then. So... Alrighty. He did have another Doom Scar. And he really foretold 2 Doom Scars, man. That's what this man did. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to hit again. We have 2 tokens for 4 mana. Next turn we can do this, so we'll see what happens. Probably has to sack that now yet. You think this is a 3rd Doom Scar? Oh my goodness. Well, at this point, I'm gonna draw a card off one of these tokens while I get 2 mana for it. That is ridiculous, dude. Another Alchemist Gambit. Alrighty. And another land. Well, hang on. Do we have it? We have that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, 1 more Doom Scar. 3 Doom Scars in the first 14 cards. And is that all he's played? No. He sacked the land. Okay, so just straight removal. Okay. Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 available mana. Probably has a Fading Hope in there somewhere, I'm sure. But we'll see. We will swing. It'll be for 5. Maybe he sends this back to our hand. Maybe we just take him out. Good game. That's 2-0 against Azorius so far with this. I think it was Jay with the raid giving us good luck. Up against Hunter Mayday. Is that 92%? Okay. We have the Whelp, but we don't have another dragon, so I'm going to mulligan. This is better. In this case, we will ditch... Yeah, we're going to ditch a Whelp. 1 is enough for now. We're on the draw this time, which isn't as good, but that's okay. Oh, we're playing a mill deck. Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks. Did you see all the awesome stuff we have in our deck? He had another Cacophony. Are you serious? Is that what we're doing now? What can I play? So we're going to drop it on the island. Go here. 2 Cacophonies and... Oh, and he scoops. What is he doing? What is he doing? Alright, so everybody saw... You guys saw how powerful this deck can be. How aggressive it can be. Some people in our live Twitch stream when we filmed this said that we were just downright bullying the opponent. And I'm inclined to agree. I think this deck does a really good job of ramping out, or ramping up, I should say, into these higher cost creatures, getting value, and then surprising the opponent. And I think in the games that we won, we didn't even need to use the Gambit, but we did have it if we needed it. And that's what's nice, is that the deck can win against a lot of matchups on its own without the Gambit, but if you need it, it's there. So, yeah, really happy with how this performed. You get your WHELP out. If that's in your starting hand, you're usually going to have a good time. If you are on the play, you're going to have a really good time. We'll check out our win rate. I think we were, in those matchups there, we were 4-1. There was one game where I forgot to film, so we actually were 5-1, I guess, in the matchups. Maybe I'm wrong. It might just be 4-1, but yeah. So I liked where we ended up with this deck. I mean, we did get into Mythic with it. We're in the numbers now, so pretty good progress tonight with this deck. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you run something similar, feel free to comment. Anything that that you'd like to see here. And yeah, a lot of people in my community are using it. They're having fun with it. I think that's one of the biggest things, is that this deck brings back the fun that Mono Red has. It brings back the thrill of playing. It's very exhilarating when you're, doing all this haste stuff, doing all this extra damage, taking extra turns, but we're not, spamming all runs epiphanies and making birds. Like, we're taking extra turns, and in some case we're literally risking losing the game by taking the extra turn. So I think that's a little bit more noble than casting the all runs epiphany. So I think it's very useful. We have the appropriate burn. We don't really have the board wipe, but our goal here is to just outrace the opponent, and I think we do a pretty good job of that, and at this point good enough, to really get further along and to make a deck for other people to use to rank up, and other people to enjoy playing Magic, and have a good time with Alchemy. There's a lot of people who are not happy with the new format. I think it's great. I love the new mechanics. I love that old things in Magic from when I played years ago, and then I recently came back to the game. Old things from when I played years ago, those mechanics are starting to come back. And I'm really honestly happy that Alchemy is integrating all of that into the modern game and the modern meta. So I'm very happy with Alchemy. I still like Standard. I don't mind it at all. Can't play much Historic because I don't have most of those cards. But yeah, I still like Standard, but I think Alchemy is definitely my go-to. I agree with a lot of people saying that Alchemy will be the new format taking over. It is excellent, but yeah. Guys, feel free to, or I should say, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the links that are in our description. We have Discord. You can join our Discord, where I usually post the list to those decks before I make the YouTube video. Check us out on Twitch, where we play these games live. You could see me getting mad at the shuffler, trying out other games. We do giveaways on our channel. We do, all kinds of stuff. So stop by whenever. It's usually a really good time. So I appreciate it, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. Be safe, everybody. I'll see y'all soon.